It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s, not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 19-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
He's checking. Go down.
Wilson. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Wilson, and that's knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It's taken to the 26. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give them even better starting position. Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he's played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
And an alley to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. If you're going to throw it,
and he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Dee Ford has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
It's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Ezekiel Ansah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, 91 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. DeForest Buckner, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Let's go, D. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Check tight.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Check. Watch 54. Twist.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Alert.
To throw again. Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers.
Now a loose football. Coleman lost it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
56. Good track. Alert.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson. That'll be caught by the rookie. It's Gary Jennings Jr. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. Now Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. D Ford in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. To try again after the sack. Wilson, left side here, taken in by Metcalf. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Myers able to knock it through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now. than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, gun. You got motion man right there. Hey, alert. Get hot.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
56. Check 56. You're not ready. You're not ready.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wilson over the middle. That's caught by Metcalf. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll try and run for it with Penny. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on it. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Here
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. He finds Coleman. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Mike's 21. Mike's 5-4.
Hey, Mike's 7, man.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. Finding Bourne here over the middle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Tighten up.
Twenty-one. Here we go. Lock. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet.
Play action. Garoppolo. They'll roll him out right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. CD, you know, there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season. So conventional football 101, tells us to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Wilson now throwing again. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. D. Ford racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson flushed out right. And he's going to go down again. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
Garoppolo, 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
On first down, Garoppolo. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's get that ball, Gene. Let's get that ball.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Intended for Kendrick Moore. Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Hey, 0-0-0. Check 26.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, nice move. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Here we go. 180.
Mike 5-4. On the ball.
Six.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. And that is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 11. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Again, it's Penny trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Garoppolo. That's caught. It's the rookie Deebo Samuel. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. Garoppolo And he's got it. So the try for two successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Green 80.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming.
Green 86.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Wilson throwing on 3rd and long. Completes it to Dixon. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them. One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. This is Coleman with the ground. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Wilson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. D Ford. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line.
Here we go.
So quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. It's Coleman here. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from the 1. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They begin the drive with Coleman. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. They will run again with Coleman. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here we go.
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Check 43.
Grant.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it.
1st and 10 at the 30.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Ready.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. To stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Only a yard that time, second and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try to run with Breida, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that is going to set up third and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got it third and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. On third down, here's Coleman. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Gold is good, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And the Seahawks on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
To throw again is Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, and that'll bring up second down.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Here's Wilson to throw again. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. 22 yards there, a first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Throwing again here, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Now it's Wilson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the 49ers, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis.